Portable TV. Come watch with me. Now to a story that seems to be riddled with corruption. And it has to do with what is fast becoming one of the most precious commodities in the entire world. Wars are fought because of it. People go to prison because of it. What is it? Water. This story begins one day back in 2014. That's when the people of Flint, Michigan realized that brown stuff is coming out of their water pipes. Then people start getting sick. Then people start to die. The governor, Rick Sanchez, comes out and says there's nothing wrong, nothing to worry about, that the water's drinkable. For almost a year and a half, people continue to drink it until they find out it was toxic. Now comes the story of possible corruption as we find out that all of the emails from the governor's office are being wiped clean. What gives? Here's Faran Fronczak.
Right, so I was actually a news anchor in Indiana and Michigan when all this went down, so I've covered it from the beginning, so I'm going to bring you up to speed. The first things first, Flint is one of the poorest cities in America. You have a 40% poverty rate that's been going down ever since General Motors left in the early 2000s. 54% of the population is African American. So what happened here? Early in 2013, to save money, the city wanted to switch from the Detroit pipeline to the KWA pipeline. Now that pipeline was still under construction by a company that was big buddies with Governor Rick Sanchez. So the city switched to the Flint River. Problems, as you said, began immediately. However, General Motors said they complained to the state saying that it was damaging their car parts, so the city only switched GM. The people stayed on the Flint River. Some 100,000 people started having strange new ailments. Virginia Tech came in and tested it, said there were high lead levels. Local pediatricians started complaining to the state. The EPA, even federal agencies said that they would come in and help. Governor Rick Sanchez said no. You could see this was the amount of lead levels from the beginning to the very end. All lead level cases there.
No, I'm sorry, but I'm confused. I see yellow, I see red, and I see green. What's what?
So those were the cases of minor lead levels to major lead levels. But the point is look at how many dots start happening.
They all represent lead levels.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So 18 months later, Sanchez finally admits the water was contaminated. The city declared a state of emergency. That's when investigators started looking into things. They charged 15 government officials with involuntary manslaughter, but many cut no contest pleas with prosecutors, so they'll never see a day in jail. Governor Sanchez was then subpoenaed by investigators. He kept dodging them. The Attorney General at the time, Bill Schuette, said that he was going to launch his own investigation, told state investigators to stop because it's interfering with his investigation. That's when investigators realized they had to start digging deeper. You had FOIAs brought out by The Intercept and the Detroit Metro Times, where they found phone records, all of them wiped completely clean. Nothing from 2016 prior. During this crisis, there are no text messages. These were the people whose phones were wiped clean. You have the governor, Rick Sanchez, Dr. Eden Wells, the chief medical examiner. You even had the whistleblower, Patricia McCain, who was an epidemiologist who testified saying that she felt pressure from the chief medical examiner to fudge the numbers. So then they thought, okay, let's go through the emails. Then you find the right-hand man, Richard Baird of Governor Sanchez. He wrote this in an email. Don't ever email me there. Always email me on my Hotmail account. Trust me, amigo. Emails are fodder for our enemy cannons. Suggest you default to the phone call or got a minute, drop by, approach. I learned this the hard way.
So the story is, as I'm hearing you tell it, that these folks may have done some really dirty stuff, but unfortunately, somebody has wiped all their communications clean, so now we can't see it. That's obstruction if it's proven.
It definitely is. However, they don't know if there was evidence there. However, you do have Snyder's secretary who said it was very odd that she had to turn in her phone at the end of her term. You also have the state IT official who said, I got all these phones from the governor and the governor's office. So, they're all wiped clean.
That sounds great, but anybody investigating this?
Oh, yeah, they are. But what can you investigate? There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
Fascinating. Thanks so much. Good stuff.